Hello, leaders. I'm Dr. Patrick Jinks, leadership and strategy coach and president of the Jinks Perspective. What is your job? I mean, what are they really paying you to do? Cue it up. Before we get going on this week's episode, let me quickly tell you that you will not want to miss episode 100. Believe it or not, that is our next episode. And to celebrate our 100th episode, I'm going to be making a big announcement about the Jinks Perspective, and I'm going to be doing a very cool giveaway. So be on the lookout for the 100th episode. For now, let's get to episode 99. I've had some recent coaching interactions that have prompted me to put together a little refresher of episode 37, which I entitled at the time, From Performer to Leader. I want to see if I can frame it out even more clearly. Let's begin with your job title. At higher levels of the organization, your job title might be executive director. This title would imply that your job is to direct. If your job is president, we could say that your job is to preside. Chief executive officer, to execute. What about the next levels on the org chart? If you're the vice president for resource development, we'd probably assume that the essence of your job is fundraising. What about chief financial officer, program director? I could go on, and I think you get the idea. What I want to challenge you to do is to think of your job, your core job, differently, especially if you're in any kind of leadership role. Think of it this way. Your job is to lead, period. Not raise money, not keep books, not manage programs, but to lead. In fact, there's a good chance that your job isn't even to direct, but to lead. The legendary Peter Drucker put it this way: you manage things, you lead people. So what's the difference between management and leadership? Age-old question. Well, I'll take this opportunity to remind our viewers of our definition of leadership at the Jinks Perspective. For us, leadership is a window of opportunity during which vision, inspiration, and empowerment converge to propel people toward a shared goal. I know it's a long one, but listen again, one more time. Leadership is a window of opportunity during which vision, inspiration, and empowerment converge to propel people toward a shared goal. This means that your job involves vision casting, inspiring others to perform at high levels and even become leaders themselves, and to leverage, grow, and develop your team by giving them the greatest degree of autonomy possible through empowerment. In other words, it doesn't matter what functional area of the organization you're responsible for, the job of leadership is the same. This is why you see highly effective leaders who are able to move into entirely different business industries as chief executive officer. Great leaders understand that while their knowledge of the functionality is a critical, valuable component of their work, their job is to lead. So here's the challenge. When you plan your next week, ask yourself, what are the leadership activities I must engage in this week? How will I intentionally cast and reinforce vision? What will I intentionally do to inspire others to bring their best? Who and how will I empower? What opportunities to lead and perform at a higher level will I create for someone on my team? That's a different to-do list, isn't it? These are the kinds of things we encourage our clients to put in their leader plans during a coaching engagement with us. Get specific, be intentional, develop self-accountability for your core job of leadership. That's the Jinks Perspective for this week. Before we go, I want to encourage you to check out our podcast if you haven't already. Just visit our website at jinksperspective.com and click on the podcast link. The Leadership Window podcast is a highly ranked show with amazing, diverse, and inspiring guests and topics, all through the lens of leadership in the social sector. For now, if you'd like to discover ways that the Jinks Perspective might help you or your organization achieve greater clarity, simplicity, and alignment in your work, reach out and schedule a free discovery call with me by clicking the link that's in the video description below this video. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. And while you're at it, make sure that you click the bell icon so that you'll be the first to know when new episodes arrive. Finally, as always, please share this with a friend or a colleague, and we'll see you here next time. Lead on.